Hi, Scott Orlin with CINEMA-Magazin, the Toronto Film Festival, and one of the big hits here is a movie called Pride, and the star of the movie, Bill Nighy. Bill, this is based on an actual incident that happened in England. How much did you know? I'm sure you're aware of the miners' strike, but of this other side story.
Nothing whatsoever. I didn't know, I couldn't find anyone who knew this story. It was extraordinary because it's such a great story, but somehow it just slipped through the cracks. I knew about the miners' strike, and I knew about the struggle for gay men and women in my country in 1984 and before and since, but nothing about this particular story.
Well, how much of an enlightening story or aspect was it for you when you realized that there were these people that really, against adversity, decided to put their voices out there?
It was a wonderful thing. I read the script completely cold. I only knew that it was written by Stephen Beresford, who I admire, so I was optimistic. Most scripts aren't any good, and certainly most scripts are not funny. This made me laugh from start to finish. It was really, really properly funny, and to good purpose, not just funny for kicks. And it contained a couple of the themes which are close to my heart. One was the miners' strike, which was almost entirely misrepresented at the time, and it was very hard to get any real information about it. And to see a film that treats that community and those decent men and women, working men and women, with dignity and respect is incredibly refreshing. And then it was also about the experience of being gay in Britain in 1984, which was a terrible time because of the onset of AIDS. And although these, and that's one of the great stories of my lifetime. The emancipation of gay men and women in my lifetime is one of the things that you would want to tell your grandchildren about, because it's one of the things that makes us proud, and I'm proud of the progress that's been made in those 30 years in my country. But the big thing for audiences out there is to know that it's been packaged so beautifully in an intensely entertaining way, so that it's very, very funny. Nobody suffers watching this movie.
Just a last quick question for you. Speaking of entertaining, there's this adorable moment in the movie where you and Imelda Staunton are making sandwiches. Who eats butter sandwiches? I don't know.
Come on. You should get out more. No, you should spend more time in Wales and in this Ireland and Scotland and England. Sugar sandwiches were pretty big when I was a boy as well. Yeah, just plain old sugar, straight on there on white bread. None of this granary, organic, you know what I'm saying? Real bread, white processed bread with a little bit of margarine, forget butter, and a lot of white sugar on there, as much white sugar as you can get on. I used to have syrup sandwiches when I was a boy. Golden syrup. I don't know if anybody has that experience. And my dad would have dripping sandwiches, which is the fat from, yeah, really, honestly, the fat from the Sunday roast, and we didn't have a refrigerator, that's how old I am. And it used to be, this fat from each roast would be in a glass jar. And it was like, you know, you get those different kinds of sand at the seaside in a jar with vaguely different colors. That would be the different colors of lard. We used to call it lard. It sort of speaks for itself, doesn't it? And you'd spread that on bread and get it down you.
Now, if that's not something to be prideful of, I don't know what is. Bill,
Exactly.
I cannot thank you enough. Terrific movie.
Pleasure.
And this is Scott Orlin. Till next time.